right, so what do you think?
All right, we're looking good here. Maxim Nissan Platinum.
Yeah.
I mean,
pretty
well, at
high-end.
least you got the Platinum.
Yeah, and the sunroof.
Yeah, and the sunroof. This is good.
This whole interview is very... We're not going anywhere. You don't need to buckle up or anything.
We used to...
Oh, we're just gonna sit here and
Yeah,
do it?
I mean, for safety, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
all right.
it's very
all right.
casual. Get comfy.
No, now I got it.
Yeah,
okay.
it's comfy. So
We don't even have to go anywhere. This is good. Yeah, energy prices going up, you know?
Yeah.
We got to save on it. I get it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I'll put the gas in it.
Okay.
You know?
And then we can
And then we can actually drive around.
I feel like with my thing being like, I want to be a great interviewer and I want to have like good conversation. And I
Right.
feel like I can't really do that when I'm paying attention to the road.
I get it. Yeah,
I'm not a
I
very
get
good
that.
multitasker.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
And
Well,
you
that's
don't wanna
okay.
hitch
You're
it.
only, what, 19?
yeah. 19, yeah.
Oh, God, a child. Yeah, you're my youngest daughter is, Kylie's 23.
Kylie's 23?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I
She's
thought...
23. Kendall's just turned 25.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Now he's going to do the intro. Okay, ready? Go.
Go. Okay. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Beckseat Driver. I'm here with Caitlyn Jenner.
Yes. Hi, everybody. Except we're not in the back seat.
We're not.
We're in
But
the front seat.
It's Beckseat.
It's a Beckseat.
Because my last name Beck. It's a little play on words.
Beckseat.
A
Oh,
little
I
play
thought you
on
said
words.
back seat. Oh,
No.
Beckseat. Okay.
Backseat Driver. There we go. This
Just-
can go wherever you want it to go. I mean, I'm free to talk about... We have questions prepared, obviously, but wherever you
Well,
want
I'll
to
tell you what. I'm never at a loss for words.
Okay.
Okay, so you can go anywhere. So let's do with your prepared questions, and then we'll
Kind of freestyle.
navigate from there.
Fair enough. Okay. Well, I mean, I think we should just jump right into
Juicy questions.
the juicy questions.
Uh-oh, juicy.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is not, this is maybe not good. I don't know. But anyway, go.
My biggest thing, like what I'm most curious about is kind of like seeing you as like a mentor in a way of, so obviously athlete growing up, huge.
Right.
That was your
You
life
were a
growing
soccer
up.
player?
I was a soccer player.
Okay.
And
We won't hold that against you.
and obviously not Olympic. I wasn't an Olympic soccer player, but that being said, I did somehow find my way into this industry, and I just kind of wanted to see how you handle it. Like, if you have any advice for me.
Well, first of all, to me, like you say, you got into sports. Sports changed my life. When I was growing up, long time ago, I was dyslexic. I had such a fear of going to school that I was afraid the teacher was going to make me read in front of the class. I obviously had identity issues with myself, but back then in the 50s and 60s when you're growing up, they don't even have a name for it, so you just keep your mouth shut and move on.
Yeah.
And I was lucky in 5th grade. We had in gym class, we had a running race. And the coach had set up in the parking lot these cones, and we had to run all the way around the parking lot. And they were going to time each kid. And I thought, this is so cool. You know,
Yeah.
I'm going. And
Winning
so
this.
I got in there, and boom, as soon as it went off, I ran around, came back, and wound up having the fastest time in the whole school. And so for me, that was the first time in school I ever accomplished anything, because I wasn't getting it in the classroom.
Yeah.
And everybody at a young age needs that pat on the back. They need to say, yeah, that was good.
Yeah, that's
You
good.
need that.
Yeah.
And I wasn't getting that. And all of a sudden, so I kind of latched onto this thing called sports. I could go on the football field, take on a guy that was a good student, good reader, and kind of prove my manhood, and go in there and just clean his clock,
Yeah.
And it was
good.
it was important to me
Yeah.
as a young person growing up. I never in a million years ever thought I would take it as far as I did.
Yeah. It's amazing.
I just that happens to everybody else, not you. In that progression athletically, because I played football in high school, I played basketball in high school, I ran track in high school. I did okay. I mean, I was like first team, all conference and this and that in football, basketball.
Yeah.
I won the state. I won the state. I did okay. I won the state championships in Connecticut in the pole vault and the high jump in 2 events. But I just love sports.
Yeah.
I was doing it for fun.
Yeah.
And so then, after actually going to college to play football at a very small school in Iowa, I lasted a month and had to have knee surgery. So I thought my athletic career may be over. And then the next year, I got my knee back in shape. And the next year, I ran my first decathlon. I don't know if you know what that is.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, here we go.
Here we go.
Okay, your question.
Right.
What is the decathlon?
I just know it is it's an event made up of 10.
Deca is Greek for 10. Yes, that is right.
Yes. And I know there's long jump,
Yep.
high jump,
Right.
pole vault, shot put, some kind of sprint. Not sure what meter.
It's 100 meter. Right?
That's all meters.
Some
Okay,
sprint.
I mean, you're actually doing much better than I thought you were
Yeah.
going to do. Yeah, I'm impressed. 10 events you run.
Yes.
5 events the first day.
Okay.
5 events the second day.
Oh, I did not know there were
It's a
different
2-day
days.
event. Yeah, it's a 2-day event. So
Okay.
the first day you run the 100 meters.
Okay.
Next event you long jump. Next event you throw the shot, and it's a 16-pound shot. It's the big shot. It's
Yeah.
not like high school's 12 pounds.
Yeah.
16-pound shot. Yeah. Then you high jump, and then you run the 400 meters once around.
So how much
Okay?
time do you have in between each event?
You're guaranteed a half hour, but
Okay.
when you're in Olympic competition, there's 32 competitors. You may be sitting around for a long time.
Yeah.
It takes about 10 hours a day for the competition to happen. And then you get some sleep that night, come back the next day, run 110-meter high hurdles. You throw the discus, pole vault,
Okay.
throw the javelin, and then the last event is the 1,500 meters, which is basically the metric mile.
Wow.
You run that, the last one. You don't feel like running it, but you have to. The only standardized test of a person's athletic ability throughout history
Yeah.
from the early 1900s. It's the same event Jim Thorpe ran.
Yeah.
You know, test your ability to run. You have to run 100 meters, 400 meters, 1,500 meters, 110-meter high hurdles. Throw 3 different implements, the shot, the discus, the javelin, and jump 3 different ways. High jump, long jump, pole vault. So it really does test your, your overall ability. If you think an athlete should be able to just, kind of run, jump, and throw. And so to me, that was really very intriguing. When I ran my first one, I just thought, if there's any sport that's got my name on it, that's it.
That's the one.
Yeah, it's got my name on it.
Yeah.
So I started going after it. And in the progression, 2 years later, I went to the Olympic trials, and the top 3 from that competition move on to the games. You could be the best in the world, never lost a meet. You get 4th at the trials, you ain't going.
Done.
It's
Wow.
done. So it puts a lot of pressure on people. And I wasn't even ranked in the top 10 in the U.S.
Underdog.
Okay? Big time underdog.
Big time underdog.
And there I was, first day after the first 5 events, sitting firmly in 11th place. I went, oh, God, okay, well, maybe the second day I'll maybe move up a little bit because I have better events that day.
Yeah.
And started off in the hurdles, ran it so fast, I moved from 11th right back to 11th. Didn't make a move at all, And then I popped the discus out there and had the best throw of my life. And I thought that had to help some. And I moved from 11th place to 10th place.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm in 10th place with 3 to go.
Slowly but surely.
Top 3 make it on the team.
Yeah.
Pole vault, 10th to 7th. Javelin, 7th to 5th. So I'm in 5th place going into the last event, the 1,500 meters.
Would you say that's your best event?
And that's my best running event.
Here we go.
Okay?
Here we go.
And I have to beat this guy who's in 3rd place by 18 seconds in the race. Long way. I found this out like 10 minutes, 15 minutes before I actually had to run the race that I had a chance to do this. And I've never had a moment like that. And that race changed my life. I was crying. I was like, I am going to crawl to beat that
Yeah.
son of a gun
Go for it.
by 18 seconds. And wound up ran 8 seconds faster than ever done before in the race. And beat him by 21 seconds. And made it on my first Olympic team. And I was shocked.
21 seconds is a long
way.
That's a long time.
Yeah, it's like almost 200 meters. Yeah,
That's
I'm at the finish
insane.
line, and he's still just starting the final turn.
Got smoked.
But
Wow.
and so that one race changed me forever because that was the first time I had to dig down into my soul and just dig real deep, and I wanted it so bad that I was willing to do anything I had to do in that race to get it done. And that was the changing point. I realized, I call it finding the champion, inside you. And that race, I was really digging deep, and it changed my career from that point on. I go to the Olympics, and I just wanted to get in the top 10. Nobody expected me to be on the team. If I get in the top 10, this is fabulous.
Yeah.
And wound up getting 10th. And I'd only been running the event for a couple of years. The most significant thing happened once the competition was over with. I had never seen an Olympic gold medal ceremony happening right in front of me.
That had to hurt.
You see it on TV.
Yeah,
It's really inspiring on TV. But
Yeah.
to see it happening right in front of you.
Lights a fire under you.
So I stood around once the decathlon was over with because I wanted to watch that ceremony. And there was a gentleman named Nikolai Aguilar of the Soviet Union who had won the decathlon. He had broken the world record, scored 8,454 points, new world record. And I watched him get his medal. And the fire started burning.
No, I'm sure.
And I said to myself, basically, I never expected to get this far. But what if I take the next 4 years of my life and every minute of every day, I test myself just to see how good I could become at something? Because you know what? That's what I want right there.
Yeah.
So I took my little dream and having a good time in sports and made a concrete, gut-wrenching decision about what I wanted. And that was it right there. I got back to the room that night. About 11 o'clock at night, I'm so pumped up because I know where I'm going. You know, I don't know if I can get there, but I know where I'm going. And I'm laying in bed. It's like midnight now, and I just run the decathlon for 2 days. And man, in my head, I hear this. The clock's ticking.
Yeah.
And I'm laying there, and I'm thinking, what the hell am I doing laying in bed?
Yeah.
You know? I only got 4 years to pull this thing off, and the clock is ticking.
Yeah.
So I got up at like midnight, put my running stuff on, started training. And that was pretty much the obsession from that point on. I trained 6 to 8 hours a day, every day, 365 days out of the year for the next 4 years. By 1974, got ranked #1 in the world. 2 years later, and then in 75, broke the world record for the first time because I wanted to get that out of the way. And a year before the games, wanted to establish myself as I was the guy to beat the next year in 76. And I wanted all my competitors to know I'm the one.
Yeah.
Broke the world record there. Fortunately, the Olympic year, made it into the trials. I made it through the trials. I was so pumped up in the trials because even if I would have hit my big toe on the hurdle and fell, I wouldn't have made it on the team. But I actually broke the world record again at the trials to ensure that I made it on the team. Yeah, that always... World records always work at the trials.
And to let people know.
Yeah. Then went to the games, and that was going to be my last meet ever. I was extraordinarily well prepared physically, mentally. I look at an athlete in 2 ways. There's the athletic body, the physical aspect of sport. Mm-hmm. You know, either you got it or you don't got it. You can improve on it, but if you don't have it, you just, and the athletic mind, okay? You can look at every athlete and kind of weigh each one of them. Very rarely does that great breed come around once every 20, 30 years of a great athletic mind combined with a great athletic body. That's a Michael Jordan. That's a Tiger Woods in his day.
Yeah.
I mean, Larry Bird wasn't the highest jumping, best moves in the NBA, but with 2 seconds left on the clock, you threw it to Larry Bird, and he got the job done. That's right here, Me, physically, I was okay, but mentally, I was very tough. When I needed a performance, I was always able to bring it out. So, went to the games, totally pumped up and smart. I did so well. I broke the world record again. I wanted to be the first person over 8,600 points. And I scored 8,634 points. If you were to add up my best score in all 10 events, I would have come out to 8,678 points. And I scored 8,634. I was as close to perfect as I could possibly be under Olympic conditions. And walked away. Never did it again.
Wow, it's crazy.
And I thought, you know what? How lucky I am. You know how many athletes walk away from sports and are frustrated they didn't do this or they didn't do that? I was thinking I was just so fortunate that I accomplished everything. I climbed every mountain. And the fun part was always the climb of the mountain. It wasn't once you get there. Once you get there, big deal. The first time I broke the world record, I was ecstatic. Second time I broke it, it was like, hey, I had a good meet. It was a good meet.
Again.
It was just a little climb. And that confidence that I built through all of that, through sports, has kept me going my entire life.
No, I mean, it's amazing. Like, that was an inspiring story. Like, it makes me, that right there just makes me want to go back to soccer and be like...
Yeah, you know what? First of all, don't ever underestimate yourself and outwork the next guy and just be smarter than the next guy. Yes, sports are tough.
Yeah.
Sports are tough. And, but there's a point, too, you got to kind of move on. And I was able to move on after the games.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, as far as my identity, I woke up the next morning after the games. And when you suffer from what I've been through all my life and your identity and who you are and all of that, it just doesn't go away. It's not like you can take, 2 aspirin, get plenty of sleep, wake up the next morning and you're going to be fine.
Yeah, all good.
And the next morning after that was over with, I went into the bathroom that morning and I looked and the gold medal was on the counter. And I looked at the gold medal and I put the gold medal around and it was a full-length mirror. And I'm looking at the mirror and I'm thinking, what the hell did you just do?
Yeah.
have I built this character up so big I'm stuck with him for the rest of my life? Because it's really not me. Not all of me. It's part of me.
Yeah.
But not all of me. There's so much more to me. And I got like upset. And I'm thinking, Christ, what am I going to do now? I'm kind of stuck with this guy. Fortunately, within the next day, I started working and just got, and then started families and dealt with everybody else and raised tons of kids. And it wasn't until many years later, because it doesn't go away, that once all my kids were raised, I'm thinking, I did everything for everybody else. I got to do something for me.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. And it was a great decision.
That's amazing. Like, if you don't mind me asking, when, like you said, it stuck with you. When did you know?
About being gender dysphoric?
Yeah.
I just, honestly, there's not one time that I say, oh my gosh, what's wrong?
Yeah.
Because back then in the 50s, when I was growing up very young, I just had this fascination with my sister's clothes, my mom's. I would sneak around if everybody was gone and do things like that. And I never knew quite why I was doing those types of things. And throughout my entire life, I did that.
Yeah.
Through my entire life, there was a lot of sneaking around.
Yeah, must have been.
Yeah, a lot of sneaking around.
Yeah.
And life was really, really, really complicated. That's why today my life is so much simpler. Mm-hmm. I just wake up in the morning and I just be myself all day.
Yeah.
I don't have any, I'm not fooling around. I'm not sneaking around. I'm honest.
You don't have to.
Yeah, I got a book out called The Secrets of My Life. It's on Amazon. And kind of tells that whole journey, of all the things that I went through. And originally we were going to call it The Secret of My Life. And I go, no, it's an S.
Yeah.
Because there was a lot of secrets. And living that lifestyle was very difficult. Lying to yourself, lying to other people, sneaking around. What can I do to just be myself? Very lonely. I lived right over that hill, the base of that far mountain, for 6 years in the 80s. And basically didn't come out. I never felt like I fit in anywhere. And I came out to go to work, but that was about it. And I came back there and stayed in that house. Yeah, those are rough times.
Yeah.
Rough times. Fortunately, I don't have to do that anymore.
No.
Yeah, that's the good news.
Yeah. That's the craziest thing is, such different times. Now
yes.
and...
Yes, now and back then. As far as trans issues, all of that sort of stuff, it's a different world today.
Completely.
I thought back in the 80s that when I was living over that hill, that I was going to do it before I'm 40. Okay, it's just no way. I don't want to be an old chick. I'm thinking, you got to do it before you're 40, And I had been in therapy and hormone treatment and all this sort of stuff. And I got to 39 and a half. And so this would be just coming up on 1980. I couldn't do it. I just said, I can't do it. Yeah. I can't do it. I got to get back into life because I'm just wasting myself here and not motivated. And that was like the worst time. And I decided I got to get this out of my head and just move on. And so about 6 months after that, I met Chris. We had 23 great years together, lots of kids. Kendall and Kylie came out of that one. Those were great years. I have no regrets. But sometimes things don't last forever. There I was after 23 years, back in Malibu. Nicer beach house, okay? Instead of a shack up here on the hill.
Hey, even a shack
I
in
thought,
Malibu.
am I just going to rot out here again? What am I going to do? And I had the paparazzis and the media
I'm sure
over me. I'd have 4, 5 cars following me everywhere I went.
Yeah.
And it was horrible.
Yeah, and even that, how much different is that now, the paparazzi now, than it was when you were an Olympic
When
athlete?
they didn't know anything, when they're coming up with all the lies, they're still around.
Yeah.
But all of that has calmed down. It was interesting, actually, how up to doing Diane Sawyer, was it 90 or is in 2015, scared to death to do that, but I had to do it. And Diane Sawyer was the right person to do it with when I just lay it all out there. Okay, the old Bruce lays it all out there. This is what's going on. How the media immediately changed the narrative. Why? Because I was honest. Mm-hmm. Up to that point, it's not that I wasn't honest. It's that I had a lot of secrets I just wasn't telling anybody. Now they couldn't come after you like they did before. Yeah, still the paparazzis, but as far as the TMZs of the world and the rags and all that kind of stuff. And then 3 months later was Vanity Fair cover.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Amazing.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And that changed everything
Only imagine.
immediately, and I was out. Yeah, that one, that was the big one. That cover got like the best cover of the last decade or whatever it
Yeah,
was.
that
I
hit.
forget what it was. But yeah, that cover was unbelievable. But I remember sitting in the house that morning. I had my PR guy, because we really worked to try to coordinate how this whole thing was going to work. And I had a really good PR guy, Alan. It was carefully laid out, not just for me, but for this entire community. You know, I tried my best to do it right, you know, to give trans people, LGBT community, whatever you want to say, some dignity on this, that we're all not crazy and this is what's going on. You know, it was Diane Sawyer, and then 3 months later was going to be Vanity Fair, and then 3 months after that was going to be my first public appearance at the ESPY Awards. When that came out, we were sitting up there in the room, and we thought it was going to come, it was coming out online first. I get a phone call. It's Kendall. And I go, yes, you know, and she goes, it's out. And you look great. And just about that time, my PR guy was at the house, comes walking around the corner, says, up, it's out. I had all social media ready to go, because obviously today I was not on social media. Even through all the years of keeping up, I just stayed away from all that stuff.
Smart.
I let the girls do all of that.
Yeah, smart of you. Smart.
Yeah, and I didn't need that. But since I'm dealing with a very sensitive subject here and controversial subject, social media is a great platform.
Yeah.
So we had Twitter and all these things ready to go. It launched, boom, my Twitter account came out. Kimberly calls me about an hour later. She goes, the president of Twitter, or whoever it was, just called me and said things are going crazy for the fastest Twitter followers
Wow.
to 1 million. And I got it in 4 hours and 4.2 hours. I went from 0 to...
That's insane.
I beat out Obama. He did it in 5
You beat-
point something. Yeah, he did it
Wow.
in 5. And so...
It's filled with records.
yeah, I love
I
records.
love records. Huh?
I love a good record. But, you know, all those things eventually slow down and you kind of settle into life, and life is very good. And I like it kind of quiet and peaceful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you've got an amazing spot up here.
Yeah, and here I am stuck with you in a car.
Yeah.
And it's
you're
hot.
trying
You
to
can't
get-
even
Yeah,
turn the
turn
damn
that
air
heat on.
conditioner on.
We've been trying
No,
to
it's
figure out
okay.
a
You
way
don't have to turn it on. It's fine. Actually, what we should do, talking of hot cars, I should give you a ride in a real car.
In a real car?
Yeah, yeah. No,
kind of car
it's
we-
not a Nissan. What is it, Maxima or
Yeah, it's a
whatever?
Nissan Maxima.
Yeah, do you like cars?
I like this car. I like cars. I don't know. I just needed something to get me from here to there.
I raced cars for 30 years. I was a factory driver for Ford Motor Company for 5 years. Won a lot of big races.
What have
Had a
you-
lot of fun doing it.
What have you not done?
And there's not too many things I haven't
I was
done.
about to say, you were just
Yeah.
talking to me about
and I
aviation.
still got a few years left, and so I just
yeah.
need to get things in. But I've always enjoyed cars. All through the 80s, I ran professionally and ran for Ford Motor Company, so
Yeah, no,
had
I
a lot
take-
of fun.
I
So
take
I've
her
always
racing.
appreciated a good car.
Yeah, no. What about you? You don't like this one?
It's
Let's
Let's go yours.
compare. Yeah,
Let's compare.
I'm not going to say anything bad about your car, but there's some better ones out there.
Okay.
Come on, I'll give
go
you a
to there,
ride.
we'll go there.
I'll give you a ride.
My Maxima would smoke that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I take her street racing.
This is not your grandma's Porsche.
I'm in a black bag, we never lack with that strap.
It's got the old name right on it right there. Yeah. Porsche will design that for you, and you know,
That's amazing. I saw these. I just
Yeah.
noticed this. The door handles are.
yeah.
It's like. A
Yeah,
seat.
everything is done
That's
in this.
so cool.
Everything is done in this cars is for lightweight. It only weighs a little over 3,000 pounds,
Wow.
and it's all basically a carbon fiber car.
Have you ever had a paranormal experience?
Paranormal experience.
Any ghost
I think
encounters?
my whole life has been a paranormal experience, but as far as seeing ghosts, no.
No.
No,
Okay.
I have never seen a ghost.
All right. If you were given the aux, like in a car, if you were in charge of the music, what's your go-to song or go-to artist?
I love when it's up is the Billy Joel.
Okay.
Billy Joel channel.
Billy Joel.
I could listen to that all the time.
All right.
I like that. I honestly, they have the Beatles channels come up. I kind of like all of that. I like Billy Joel. I like the old real rock and roll.
Okay.
Real rock and roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All that.
I like that kind of stuff. None of the new stuff I'm really kind of into. But you know.
Yeah. So you're hungry. It's like a road trip. And you stop at a gas station and you want some snacks. What's your go-to gas station order?
Gas station, and I want a snack.
Yeah. What's your gas station order?
In a gas station. You know those little like apple turnovers that they have, whatever they call them, they're little triangular things, like an apple crispy thing. It's got apples in the middle and pastry on the outside. Yeah, that's kind of my
Oh,
go-to.
okay.
Yeah.
Maybe it's got like apples and it's got like some pretzels maybe.
Yeah, not so much pretzels.
Not so much
It's just got, you know, pastry on the outside, apples on the inside. It's in a little triangle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I got a few more.
I know it's a cliche, but I like apple pie and ice cream.
Who doesn't?
I know. Who doesn't?
Who doesn't?
I know.
Are you a fan of Survivor, the show?
Yes, I mean I do. I'm not obsessed with it, but
Okay.
I think it's very good. I did a show last year called "I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here." It was
Interesting concept.
shot for the UK,
Okay.
and I had to spend 3 weeks in the jungle with a bunch of celebrities.
Really? How'd that go?
I survived. It wasn't easy, but I got through it.
Yeah. Jeez, she can pick up.
Yeah.
Wow.
This car works very well.
Yeah, jeez, your head turns.
As you can tell,
Yeah.
the car works very well.
Yeah, no, she works.
Yeah. And I wasn't even giving it full throttle.
Oh, I believe that.
It was like
You can just hear the power.
I don't want to scare the young man. You should see this car on the track. It's so much fun.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's so much fun. It's a track car. It's really made for that.
Yeah.
This is not an everyday driver.
Okay, so touching on the
Okay,
so
now-
you have an idea of Survivor, right? Like
Yeah.
Okay. Which of your daughters do you think would win Survivor? If they were all to compete, which one of your daughters do you think would come out?
None of them. You know, that's a tough question.
Yeah.
My first thought would be Kendall.
Really?
Kendall's pretty tough, but I think the toughest one of all of them, and I'm not meaning tough in this, but is and very determined, is Kimberly.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I got a lot of respect for her. I'm working on her law degree. She's raising kids. She's, you know, an amazing businesswoman, tough as nails.
Mhm.
If she set her mind to it, I can see her, you know, getting through that kind of stuff.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. But Kendall, yeah, I honestly, you know, just when I told him I was doing I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, my daughters go, why? That's just because it's a challenge. It's kind of fun. Yeah. Yeah.
Gotcha. What was your favorite concert you've ever gone to? And
Oh,
who?
favorite concert, easy one. Love Elton John.
Okay. You went to an Elton John
Okay,
concert?
I've been to many. That's the
so
only.
cool.
That's the only one that I will actually go to is Elton John. Every song he plays, I think he's just a great musician, great entertainer. He's actually a friend too. I know him pretty well, but his music is just. It's classic. Everything
Yeah.
he does, it's just like every song. Oh my God, yes, I can remember all that
Yeah,
stuff.
I love his music, and like that most recent,
Yeah.
they made a movie like based on his life. It's called Rocket Man.
Yeah.
Amazing movie. Like I love it. Like I love like old music like that. I don't want to say old music, but like classical music like that.
Yeah.
And so I think it's
classic rock,
it's amazing.
Yeah.
So I think that's really cool.
and he's extraordinarily talented guy.
How have you been handling it? Like with quarantine? Like
I hated the quarantine.
Are you bored?
I'm terribly.
terribly bored.
You can
I
only
feel
play
that.
so much golf. You can only fly the plane so much.
And you can only get so good, you know?
But I've always worked.
Yeah.
I've always had stuff to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and all of a sudden now, there's nothing to do.
Yeah. Is it almost
And
relaxing? Like do you like the kind of like oh, this is kind of nice, like not having to do anything and like not being able to? You hate it?
I'm type A personality. Been around a long
That's
time.
good.
Still got a lot of energy.
That's good.
I've got a couple things. I got one thing in particular coming up that kind of changes everything, but I can't tell you what it is. I'd have to kill you. Yeah. But you will find out in the near future.
I'm sure I will. Yeah.
And yeah, it's a whole different world. It's a whole different challenge. That'll be interesting to see how that comes out. But honestly, that's why I started the YouTube channel.
Yeah. Oh.
I was doing nothing.
That's exactly why I started.
Yeah.
That's exactly why I started. I was doing nothing. I'm like, I could be doing something.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like, this is kind of like my job, and it's like kind of like social media is like my thing right now. So like, why am I not using this whole other platform that is very well monetized? Not only that, and it's just like fun to do, and like, it gives you an excuse to meet people like yourself. And so it's like, this is amazing. So I'm really trying to capitalize on it, and I know
I am going to use you on my YouTube channel.
would love to.
Yeah.
I was about to
Except
say,
none of this stuff.
none of this stuff. This is boring stuff.
I think we should give you your first flying lesson.
Yeah, no, I had to take the like the boring stuff, and because like one of us
this
had
is
to
pretty boring. Cars are boring. Everybody knows how to drive a car,
but a plane.
But a plane.
That's a whole different beast.
And how the whole system works, I think you would really enjoy it.
Let's do it.
All right.
That's the plan.
All right.
Stay tuned.
Coming up.
After the Olympics, you must have just been like, I'm just gonna live my life, try new things, because you got into racing, you got into planes, you got into all this stuff.
I love my toys.
Yeah.
I love that kind of stuff.
That's awesome.
Even all the things I've done. At first, in 2015, I transitioned, and I thought, oh my God, can I not do all those things anymore?
Of course.
And so at the beginning, they weren't too much, and I was doing my little thing. And then after a while, I thought, why not?
Yeah, why are you not doing these
Why
things?
not? I love doing that stuff. Doesn't mean I don't like doing that stuff anymore.
Yeah.
And you play golf?
I play a little. I'm all right. I get frustrated super easily. I'm very competitive. So like,
that's too bad. You can't be competitive playing golf.
no.
Signing off.
Signing off, guys.
Noah's YouTube channel. We're done. Over.
Done. All right. See you guys. See you guys next time on Beckseat Driver. Peace.